Hey folks, Matt from artoftheimage.com. Wedding photography, wedding shooters, the wedding industry as a photographer. It's gotten harder over the years. It's still thriving, I guess you could say. There's still people trying to make a living in it. Maybe thriving's not the right word. I no longer shoot in it. I did for years and I don't. But I still get questions on what gear to use. And got one right here from a viewer. This is Kyrillos Shahid. I hope I'm saying that right. Sometimes I don't get the pronunciation right, but he says, my question please. Nikon lens 24-120, is it good for weddings? Please, I want your reply. So he's talking about the 24-120 f4 VR. Now, if you look at my past reviews on that lens, I absolutely love that lens. It's probably my favorite standard zoom for the Nikon full frame line. The 24-120 f2.8 is a stellar lens, very good performer, but for me, I would rather in almost every situation have the 24-120 f4 VR and have that extra reach than I would shoot with the 24-70 f2.8. It's less expensive. I think it's better value for the money, and I prefer for myself having the extra reach because f4 on all of the new Nikon full frame DSLRs is great because the ISO is fantastic. Even the 610, which has been around for a while, has stellar high ISO performance, and I loved shooting that 24-120 on the D610 with its very, very good high ISO ability. The current price of it now is $605.69 as a refurb. So you can get refurb ones for $605. It's a fantastic deal. It's a very, very good deal on a fantastic lens. $1096.95 new, which is still not a bad deal for this good of a lens. Or if you're buying a D750 or a D610 or an 810 or an 850 or any of the new lenses, or any of the new cameras, I should say, I believe most of those bodies are all pretty much available as a kit with the 24-120, in which case you'll also get it for at least that refurb price. I'm thinking is around what you'll get a new one for as a kit. Now this thing rates at 4.5 out of 5 stars. Based on 198 reviews, which is currently online. That's a very good rating for a very good lens. So, yeah, you're asking, is it a good lens for weddings? Yeah, actually, it would be my go-to lens for weddings, with the caveat that, well, actually, I don't even need to throw in the caveat. My caveat is, or what I was going to say is, that I would pair it with, as I usually would, a fast prime. In this case, it would probably be the 85 f1.8G, because on full frame I like the 85. If I was shooting crop, I would use a 50. I always have a 50 in the bag anyways, which is still quite nice on full frame. It's just a little short for me if I want to do portraits. You might want a 24 or a 28, 24 f2.8 or one of the 28, I think it's 28 f1.8, one of the faster wides to go with it too. But I would be perfectly fine doing an entire wedding with a 24-120 with an 85 f1.8 with me. I would actually, really, I'd be fine shooting a 24-120 for the whole wedding, because I would use some flash, some bounce flash in situations where I needed it, and I could shoot an entire wedding quite comfortably with just the 24-120. Now you're going to want a backup lens, so you're either going to want a backup zoom, or for me, it would be a set of primes. So that gives you versatility, diversity in your lens situation in your bag. So if you're, for some reason that zoom failed, you could shoot it with what I would probably have in the bag would be a 24 and an 85, and I could shoot the rest of the wedding with that without trouble. So, yeah, the short answer is, yeah, I think it's great for weddings, and I would also carry some primes. And you may want something a little longer too, but yeah, I could do a whole wedding, no problem, with a 24-120. What do you guys think, especially for those of you that have shot weddings? What do you think about the 24-120? Would you still prefer the 2.8 and a shorter zoom? Would you shoot entirely with primes? I know a lot of my buddies that are still shooting weddings are all prime shooters now. Let's hear your feedback. What would you recommend? Do you like the 24-120 f4 VR? Would you shoot with something else? Would you shoot it but with something? Let us know in the comments below what you would do. Let's help out our viewer here. And thanks for your question. Thanks for tuning in, folks. We'll be back soon here at artoftheimage.com.